Alright, everybody. So today we've got GrimGrimoire for the PS2. It's a real-time strategy game with a little bit of a different twist to it. So let's start a new game and head on into this.
Grimoires are books that all magicians use to contain their magic runes and summons. The first time I ever held one was in that tower. The Silver Star, the famous tower that still stands beyond the dark forest. I'll never forget those 5 long days I spent there. My name is Lillet Blan. I was a student at the Magic Academy.
Ah, what joy the stars bring to us. Welcome, Miss Lillet Blan. Have you ever ridden a dragon before? These mountains are quite treacherous.
I wouldn't let my fear of dragons keep me from coming to this wonderful place. It's an honor to be enrolled by the Binder of Archmagnitudes, Sir Gamaldor.
So, you know of our academy. We invite talented children from around the kingdom. Here, you will learn the knowledge to properly take over for us weary magicians.
Sir, am I going to be your apprentice?
Now, there's no need for that. We are pupil and mentor. Please, call me Professor. I will do my very best to instruct you.
This is a dream come true.
Our teachers are all famous magicians. Study hard under any teacher you like. Lectures are scheduled around you. Nothing should be rushed, you know. Now, let me introduce you to the caretaker for your room.
The name's Gaff. Nice to meet you.
Oh, how cute! You're an elf, right? I've never met one before.
Cute? I'm not cute. Now handsome. Yeah, that's more like it. Go on and say it.
Handsome. Anyway, I'm Lillet Blan. It's nice to meet you.
You'll fit right in soon enough. I had him prepare your room. You better go get some rest.
I will, Professor. I'm looking forward to class tomorrow. Please excuse me.
Oh, I almost forgot. There is something I have to tell you. Do not wander the halls at night.
There's always something wandering the halls at night in magic academies, aren't there?
Welcome. So you're the new student? Yes. My name is Lillet Blan. I've just arrived. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, come on now. Don't be so damn proper. I've only been here for 6 months. I'm Margarita Surprise, and on my head is my familiar, Shirley.
I'm glad there's someone around my age. I was a little scared of being alone.
Then we're friends, starting right now. Going to your room, right? Follow me.
Oh, thank you, Margarita.
I had your room when I first got here. The floor is new, but it creaks a lot. You should complain to the teachers and get a new room as soon as possible.
But this will be my first time having my own room. I don't want to sound ungrateful.
Oh? But I still say you should complain. There's a bunch of open rooms anyway.
I did see a lot of hallways and doors. I hope I don't get lost.
You're from the South, right? I heard the city is a fun place to live.
Actually, I never went into the city. I had to take care of my little brothers. And we lived in the countryside. So, where do you come from?
just an ultra-conservative village. Professor Gamel rescued me from there. This place may be boring, but at least they don't burn us at the stake.
I see.
I heard that after we graduate, we'll even be able to enter the royal palace. We could get lucky, you know?
I'll try my best. I'll become a great magician for my brother's sake.
Hey, where are you going?
Oh, I just want to feel the night air.
Did you forget what the professor said? You wouldn't survive long out there. You see, sometimes the ghost of a scary witch stalks these halls. On a quiet night, just like tonight, a man met the witch in the hallway.
And then what happened?
The witch took him away. The professors couldn't do anything to help him. But here's the scary part. 3 days later, he was found, cruelly tortured. And his face was unrecognizably...
Ah! Is it the witch's ghost?
Hurry!
That's Margarita's voice! Oh no!
Oh, that was scary. That witch's ghost nearly found me.
You wouldn't live long out there either. But you won't stop until you get caught.
Leave me alone, Shorty. Sometimes there's nothing better than a moonlit stroll.
I'm just glad you're okay. But if the ghost is so dangerous, why don't the teachers get rid of her?
She's perfect for keeping naughty kids in their rooms at night.
Her presence has faded. It seems the witch has passed.
Really? Then let's go. Sorry for coming so late. Thanks, Lillet.
I think I'll pass on the night air. You be careful. It's better for us both.
I will. I'm going straight to bed.
Alright, we'll save here. Yep, save over. Alrighty. Alright, so let's get this started. Day 1 story, Gamel's Lecture. We'll do this on normal. Because there's no reason not to on day 1. Because you literally cannot fail. Gamel's Lecture.
In this world, surrounded by mana, you must learn that there are special rules. And at the same time, a magician must train oneself to use it correctly. Magic is a supernatural power. To control it, we must use the power of spirits. Small elves who live in the forest are especially friendly towards people. They may be whimsical tricksters, but they're also known for being good to us. Learning to borrow their power is always the first step to becoming a magician. Now, through the doors in the back, let's try actually using magic.
I want to try actually using magic. Obtain Grimoire, Fairy Ring. Gamel's Practice.
Because of their diligence, no elf can refuse to lend his powers to a magician.
Nice to meet you, friend of elves.
Crystals are the source of magical power. They are the crystalline form of mana. As the elves bring mana into the rune, it converts into the magician's power. Now go on. Try asking them.
Show us the rune and crystal you want us to go to, and we'll go get the mana.
Now here we go!
Alright, you'll need mana for everything. Use many elves to gather effectively. In this game, anything you want to do requires mana, the source of magic. Once the stage begins, first start by gathering mana. In order to gather mana, we borrow the help of an elf. This little guy here.
You want something?
You have selected the elf. You can now give commands to the familiar. Command them to gather mana. Select the crystal of mana with the X button. Bam.
Easy task.
Now the elf is moving. Let's watch him for a while. You can see a shrub has formed around the crystal. Known as a sanctuary, it is needed to mine mana. If it is destroyed, the mana cannot be gathered. But don't worry, if the sanctuary is destroyed, send the elves there again. They will rebuild it as many times as needed. Now watch over the elf as it gathers mana. Alright, we can do that. Oh, the elf has brought in 1 mana. The mana that is gathered is displayed in light blue numbers at the lower left of the screen. Let the elf gather mana for a while. You will slowly gain more. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment. After all I'm doing is waiting. You can collect mana like this, but it will take a long time. That's where summoning comes in. 2 is better than 1. Call up the elf's friends to speed this up. There's a green circle to the left. That is called a rune. From this rune, you can summon more familiars. Select the green rune to the left with the square button. Summon elf. Call an elf to aid you. An icon is displayed in the lower right. This describes the type of familiar that can be summoned with this rune. There are many types of runes. Each have different summonable familiars. The green hat is the icon for summon elf. Press X to summon an elf. Bam.
You want something?
I do want something. Success. A new elf has appeared. Now check the amount of mana on the lower left. Do you see that there's 50 left? Do you see that 50 mana has been used? To summon an elf, 50 mana is required. That is called the summon cost. Stronger familiars have a higher summon cost. In other words, summoning just 1 familiar may require a lot of mana. This means weak familiars have a low summon cost, so you can summon multiples for the same mana cost. Choose wisely, depending on the situation. Now, have the elf that you just summoned gather mana as well. Repeat the same process. Bam.
Easy task.
Increase the number of your elf workers like this to speed up the mana gathering process.
To work with runes, you need mana. Always keep an eye on your reserves. Now, try summoning 10 elves.
Okay. Alright, victory condition, summon 10 elves. They probably could have gotten away with, like, summon 5 elves, honestly. 10 is a bit much.
You want something?
I do want something.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Especially since I think at like 5 or 6 with the distance to this crystal, you max out on efficiency of them.
You want something? You want something?
Wrong one. You.
Okay, I'll do my best. You want something? Okay, okay. You want something? Okay.
Yeah, at about 6 Ls, you're maxed out on your efficiency here. Because now you're just about going to have them all waiting to get in.
You want something?
Yep. So we'll just let the other ones idle around.
You want something? You want something?
Well done. Now don't forget, this is the first step to using magic.
Right, it went well.
Yay, victory! Nice. We're already at almost 6 million points. Deciphered a new page of the Grimoire. Fairy Ring Level 2 Summon Fairy. That's when the good stuff starts. We're still on day 1. The 2 guys.
Enough, Bartito. Cease bothering me.
What's gotten into you? You're acting strange, Hiram. It's as if that pale-faced witch doctor stole your soul along with your blood.
Don't you ever say that again. How dare you speak ill of Miss Opalnaria?
You seem to be quite fond of her. Who's there?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
You must be the new student Margarita was talking about. Lillet, was it?
Yes, that's right. And you are?
I am Hiram Menth, mild-mannered student.
She'll be gone soon enough.
Bartito, that isn't very nice. Don't worry about him. It's just that new students who don't behave go missing every once in a while.
You mean the ghost witch?
She is but a single problem. It is far more dangerous to open secret doors. This tower was once the castle of the feared Archmage who terrified the world. There are rooms beyond closed doors that are still enchanted by his magic.
Don't be led around by your curiosity. Although, I doubt you'll heed my warning. I can already picture you doing something stupid. Perhaps something regretful.
I assume you're trying to insult me. Maybe you were right about me. Why, I even feel like summoning the Archmage. Now, if you'll excuse me. Welcome, Lillet. It's nice to meet you.
Don't leave me alone with him!
Have we ever met before? No, that's impossible. Forget it. I have to go help Dr. Chartreuse with his experiments now. See you later. Oh yeah, my name is Bartito Ballantyne. Be sure to remember it.
I won't do it because you told me to.
Alright, day 2. Gamel's Lecture 2.
Today, I will teach you how to build your magic to use the power of fairies. Fairies can fly around freely and can even pass right through walls and floors. But unlike the elves, these ladies are freewheeling and hard to control. If you can get them to cooperate, you'll find their magical bows quite useful.
That's not very nice, old man. Are you saying that we're selfish?
What are you girls doing out here? Well, it can't be helped now. It's time to practice, Miss Lillet.
So you're the magician today? This better be worth it.
There are some demons around, but don't worry. The fairies' arrows are strong. Now go on. Don't be afraid to lead them. Your allies are on the bottom floor. To gather mana from the crystal, you must gain control of the crystal. Command the elves to envelop the crystal with the pixie's shrub.
Teacher, here I go!
You've gained a new familiar, the fairy. Unlike elves, fairy are familiars for attacking the enemy to destroy them. On its own it is weak, but in a group they can be very powerful and deadly. They are mighty easy to use familiars. Now move the fairies downstairs. To give multiple familiars a command, hold the square button and drag the cursor around them. Hold the square button and drag the cursor around the fairies.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Now you have selected all of them. Now, if you give them a command, they will all receive it at once. Select the area with the light blue Select the area with the light blue arrow to the bottom and press X to move the fairies. Bam. Okay.
Okay.
This is how to move multiple familiars all at once. But you can only select and move multiples of the same kind of familiar. This is because commands are different depending on the familiar. Indeed. Look, there's something coming from below. Look at the color of the gauge above the familiar. You will see the gauge is red. This is an enemy. And he's gonna get shot to pieces in a second. I hope she wins. I don't know. It looks like she's gonna win, just barely, though. You defeated the enemy. As you saw, familiars waiting in the area will automatically counter an oncoming attack. Look at the green gauge above the fairies that we're just fighting. You can see that the gauge has decreased. This gauge displays the familiar's health. When this gauge is depleted, the familiar will disappear. Now let's move the fairies to the bottom. Move them to the area with the arrow. I think I should have them all selected still. Good, they all moved. Don't forget about the elves that were left behind. Move them to the area with the arrow as well.
You want something? I'll do my best.
Now the moving is complete. As you saw, they take a lot more time than fairies. Flying familiars like the fairies can move to locations much quicker than walking familiars like the elves. Now here is an explanation of a special method of selecting targets. For example,
I'll do my best.
when there are many overlapping familiars like this, it can be difficult to select a specific one. Even if you want to select an elf to head to a crystal, the fairy's in the way and you can't select him. For times like this, there is a specific method you may find more convenient. Try pressing the left and right arrows on the directional buttons, not the analog stick.
You want something?
A familiar has been selected. Try pressing it again.
Okay, fine.
If a different familiar has been selected. Like this, you can use the arrows on the directional buttons to select any familiar on the screen in order. Now with your selection made, press up on the directional buttons.
Okay, fine.
Now you've selected all the familiars of the kind you had selected. You can select one familiar and press up to select all familiars of the same type on the screen. Now select all the elves and send them to the crystal to begin gathering mana. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, I know.
You
Give me...
want something?
Let me do it.
An easy
Let me do it,
task.
game. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, it's our crystal now. Should we bring the mana to the rune?
In order to summon fairies from the rune, Fairy Ring, you must upgrade your rune by 1 level using mana. Go ahead and try it.
Oh, I don't have enough yet. There we go. Here's an explanation of leveling up runes. There are many types of runes, and each has different familiars it can summon. For example, you should be used to seeing this rune by now. This one is called the Fairy Ring, and can summon elves and fairies. Try selecting the rune with a square button. Look to the lower right. An icon has appeared. The farthest left is the usual summon elf icon, but look one more to the right. There's an icon with a bow and arrow. That's for summon fairy. But if you look closely, the color is darkened. That's because I can't do it yet. But why can't it be selected? Because I need to level it up, of course. All runes start at level 1. We need crystals to level it up. There we go. I know I was kind of rushing through it, but there's really no reason to say all of that. I know you guys get it. There we go. Now I can summon... Now I can summon fairies. And now it's talking about, let's see, yep, the man is consumed.
Now try summoning enough fairies to get rid of all the demons in this room. But be careful. When they are badly hurt, they return to their own world.
An enemy familiar, Imp, has appeared. Use fairies to defeat the Imp.
You want something?
Okay, fine.
Use, okay, select attack. Now select an area near the enemy familiars and press X to start attacking. Well, don't I get to summon more yet, or no? I really like to summon more. I mean, it'd be nice to get a whole huge frickin' army. Aw. See, look what you did, game. You didn't let me make a full 50 of them, so one of them died. Well, went back to her world. Well done, you've defeated the enemy imp. But your fairies have also been hurt, and some have been lost. After each fight, familiars will be lost in battle. Not after every fight. When there are too few familiars, they will lose easier. Don't panic, just summon more familiars and attack after you've gained enough in number.
Okay.
Yes, so let me make some. Now, continuing summoning fairies and try to defeat all the imps. They may be hiding in the dark, where you cannot see them. Send your fairies to scout every corner. Destroy all the devils. That one. Let's get a bunch of these going. Yeah, we got plenty of elves, too.
I'm here. I'm here.
Alright, I think after the next one's summoned, we'll be good to go.
I'm here.
Or maybe one more. Just because I gathered enough to summon one while we were waiting for that one to be built. Summoned.
I'm here.
You want something?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay.
Let's move you all together. Can I get you...
Okay, okay.
There you go. Get him.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay.
I wonder if we can start... Yeah, they're probably running because they know that we can start hitting them before they can hit us. Where are they going? I mean, not that I terribly mind. He's making our jobs easier. Well, I guess we maxed out on score on that one? That's funny. See, we're a prodigy. Butterfly and snake. Oh, hey.
Hello. My name is Lillet Blan. Are you a magician in training too?
I am Amaretta. I have been living here for 2 months now.
I just got here 2 days ago. It's nice to meet you.
Such a healthy body. Oh, I'm sorry. I like your smile. Can I touch it?
Huh? Sure.
Aren't we quick to get around?
Good afternoon, my mischievous uncle. Why are you still following me around? If you want something, please tell me.
My dear, the only thing that concerns me right now is how you are doing. From your head to those slender legs, how does it feel deep inside that body? Just looking at you is enough to pique my interest. What can I say?
Please stop it. You're making her uncomfortable.
Mind yourself, or your uncouth soul will learn the devil's definition of immoral. Oh dear me, how vulgar. Forgive me. Correction, your soul is rustic.
Leave me alone.
You must be a new student. Pleased to meet you. I am Advocat. I teach sorcery.
You teach? You're a teacher?
Though I doubt he deserves your respect. Shouldn't you tell her what you are?
As you wish. What you call destruction, sin, or simply evil is my very nature. Simply put, I am a devil.
A devil? Like with hooves and horns?
Please. Those inferior misconceptions are getting old, even by devil standards. Your ignorant friend has spoiled my mood. I shall entertain you later, Amaretta.
His advances always make me nervous. You saved me. Let me thank you.
It was no problem.
I remember liking Amaretta. Don't remember much about her, though. Alright, day 3, story, Gamel's Lecture 3. We'll do this one on normal, too. My goodness, it's only been 20 minutes. Gamel's Lecture 3.
Such diligence, Miss Lillet.
Of course, Professor. Becoming a magician is very important to me and my family.
Blind passion is a privilege of youth. You can't sprint forever.
But my heart races and I can't calm down. I can't help but want to learn more.
Very well. I shall teach you all you'd like. After all, this is a school.
But I was surprised to find that there's a devil teaching here.
Oh, him. I suppose it is startling at first, but there's not a finer teacher. Who better to learn the craft of sorcery from than a devil?
But he is a devil, right?
He can't play any tricks here. He's only a teacher posing as a gentleman. And appearance-wise, there is someone... Well, you'll find out soon enough. Now, let's begin. Today, I'll teach you magic defense against spirits and demons.
Sounds good. Obtained Grimoire Wicca. Nice.
Talismans declare sanctuary. The power of spirits work towards the gem and this power protects its surroundings. Now, try to protect your own rune and at the same time destroy mine.
Teacher, here I go!
Victory condition, destroy Gamel's rune. From this stage on, enemy familiars will advance in and attack your area. You must protect the sanctuary and rune that you have taken the time to build. In order to strengthen your defense, it may be wise to advent the talisman. A talisman is an artillery cannon for defense. It won't move, but it does strong attacks to enemies that come close and will rid them. These objects are called symbols. Now let's build a talisman. In order to advent a talisman, a new rune called Wicca is needed. So try making one first. Try pressing the triangle button. Glamour. Okay, an icon has showed up in the lower right. These icons represent the Grimoire, which are magical books used to activate runes. There are 4 trees to the Grimoire types, but for now, to make it easier, you can only see one Grimoire for glamour magic. Select the green G icon with the X button. The G stands for Glamour, Spirit Magic of Nature. So, yeah, you can see that there are 2 Grimoires. To the left is the usual fairy ring, and the right one is Wicca, which you will make. Select Wicca to the right, which is L1 and R1. Now choose the location to build the rune. Runes cannot be made just anywhere. If it is red, a rune cannot be made there. This time, make it where the arrow is. Move the cursor to the arrow and press the X button to set up the rune. Bam. So yeah, each magic type has like 4 of these things, if I remember correctly. So we have 2 from the Glamour. There are 2 more. And if I'm correct, eventually there are levels where you get to use like all of them at once. If you play StarCraft, it's like using the Zerg, the Protoss, and the Terrans all on the same team. It gets really fancy, or anything like that. Success! The rune Wicca is complete. It is similar to the fairy ring next to it. This light green color represents glamour. Look closely to see the pattern is different. Finally, you are now fully ready to advent the talisman. Only elves can advent the talisman. Go on and select an elf. Hey, buddy.
You want something?
Now, look at the command to the lower right. The icon to the farthest right is the command to advent talisman. Select this with the L1 or R1 button. Now select an area to advent the talisman. Like the rune, the talisman cannot be built where the mark turns red. This time, make it where the arrow is.
Okay.
It's time to put up some defensive towers. Success! The talisman is complete. Now try to advent one more talisman right next to it.
Okay.
Alright. This should be good defense for now. Let's move the elves away so that they won't get in the way.
Okay.
The enemy imps are on their way. Let's watch as the talismans do their job. As you can note, they are much more powerful than the fairies were. They've defeated 2 imps. Symbols like this talisman cannot move, but they are very effective for defense. Now defend against the enemy attacks while destroying all the enemy runes. The rune looks different than usual. This is a different tree of magic than glamour. This is a rune of sorcery. Imps are familiars that belong to sorcery. The objects next to the rune look odd, but these are also symbols called guardian. So now they have towers too, essentially. It will attack if you come close, so watch out. Well, good luck. Destroy all the enemy runes. Alright, well, first things first.
You want something?
Yes, I do. I want you to start working on that. And, I don't think anything... Yeah, nothing can be summoned from Wicca. At least not right now. We'll wait. We'll wait for a couple of them to come out before I send them all at the thingy.
You want something? Okay. You want something?
There we go.
I'll do my best.
I think that should be enough, really.
I'll do my best.
It's further away, but I don't need to go overboard on the elves.
Okay.
And the... yeah, elves. I'll level that up. One more elf. One more elf will max out the efficiency of that. And then we'll just concentrate on fairies. I do want something. I want you to do that.
I'm here.
And as you could see from the towers we made, we'll want plenty of fairies.
I'm here.
Don't want to cheap out on it. I think I could technically make like a rune right next to this, to speed up gathering, but meh, it's not that important.
I'm here.
That's funny, are they even gonna send things after me? It doesn't look like it.
I'm here.
Oh, we have 5. Let's get a few more.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
I'd say one more.
I'm here.
There.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Oh good, I can do that and then...
Okay.
Oh, I can only select that many? Okay, then we should send what we've got then.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, they hurt. They hurt lots.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Like, do they do AoE? Because that would suck.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yes, kill that thing before it kills you. Oh, I'm only got the one selected. Oh well. Alright, girls. Let's do this.
You're a quick learner. It may be early, but you can move on to the next course. Go see Miss Opalneria tomorrow. I will inform her that you will be coming.
Whew. How's that?
Well, let's see. How was that? That was worth almost 10 million points. I'd say we did well. Beauty and Love and Beast.
Oh, the new student. Did I scare you?
Hi, I'm Chartreuse, the alchemy teacher.
I like alchemy.
A lion teacher? What's going on here?
It's a sort of transformation incantation. High-level stuff and quite rare.
Yes, Chartreuse was a handsome boy. But now he's just a miserable beast.
Opalnaria. Looks are meaningless to those who can see inner qualities.
Your skin, as white as a blanket of snow. It was delightfully pale.
But now, I'm covered in fur. I'm not the same man you fell in love with.
Your body, slender like an ivory doll. Your blonde hair, soft and shiny.
I'm sure my bristly hair and muscular shoulders don't do anything for you.
That's because you refuse. Let me love you, and your curse will be lifted.
I would prefer that you stop disturbing my research and my curse. Besides, I don't have time for love or hate, even with immortality.
Liar. Tell that to your little doll.
If you're talking about Amaretta, you're wrong. You're wrong and you're sick.
Such petty excuses. This isn't over. Even under threat of torture or death, I will still never give up on you.
I think I should be going now. Excuse me. That was awkward. A devil, a lion, and then her. There are so many strange teachers here.
Yes, there are. Now it's time for Opalnaria's lecture. Day 4. Opalnaria's lecture.
So, you're the new student, Lillet Blan. Forget everything you saw yesterday, right? Now, let's begin the lecture. Necromancy is a holy magic, and yet it is categorized as a dark art. This is because we must control death and contact the miracles of God, souls. Ghosts are intangible, like illusions. They are special beings called astrals, made of matter that is not of this world. Unless your power affects astrals, you don't stand a chance against ghosts. Lillet Blan, do you understand?
Yes. So normal physical attacks won't work against astrals.
Ding ding ding.
Also, necromancy has a great advantage over demonic forces.
Yes, it does.
The power of sublimated spirits is similar to the greater power that evil fears. Only through the pleasures and pain of flesh can devils tempt man. Therefore, a strong will with no body is their most undesirable opponent. Now come.
Obtained Grimoire, Hades Gate. So now we have necromancy as well. We'll look about. We can look about it later. We'll learn about it.
I forbid you to use any runes other than necromancy. Open the grimoire I gave you. Work your fated souls, and like the elves, force them to collect mana. Then, awaken the Ghost Knight. None are more reliable and frightening than they.
Teacher, here I go!
Victory condition. Destroy all Banaria's familiars and runes. A new familiar, Ghost, has appeared. Ghosts are familiars that belong to Necromancy Tree of Grimoires. Ghosts, like elves, can gather mana. Now try using the ghost to collect some mana. Try selecting all the ghosts. Select the crystal with the X button and gather mana. But ghosts can fly. The sanctuary has formed around the crystal. It is a different sanctuary than the elves. This is a sanctuary of necromancy. Each grimoire tree has a different sanctuary, and only familiars of that type can use it. Therefore, in this situation, only ghosts can gather mana here. The elves cannot get mana from this crystal. Also, mana gathered by the familiar can only be taken to a rune of the same magic tree. For example, ghosts can only take it to blue necromancy runes. It cannot go to a green fairy ring, so watch out for that. By the way, have you noticed the way ghosts gather mana? They ignore the topography of the map as they gather mana. This is because ghosts are flying type familiars. Now let's wait for them to gather some mana. Next, summon a phantom, a familiar of necromancy for attacking. This blue rune is the Hades Gate, one of the runes for necromancy. You can summon ghost and phantom familiars. Now selecting the rune and summon the thingy. Now we need to level it up, of course. Yep, I know. Let me do the thingy. There we go. Nice. Now we can select summon phantom. Now note, phantoms have a 2 cost per population, where fairies were 1.
My lord.
Oh, he's like blocked by the pillar. Phantoms are cool. Look, the imps have come to attack. Yeah, he can't be touched. Notice that the phantoms are taking no damage at all. This is because phantoms are astral beings. Astral familiars are like ghosts and do not have a physical form. On the other hand, elves and fairies who have a physical body are called substance. Phantoms and ghosts are astral. Just remember that light blue familiars are all astral. The familiars may have attacks that are only effective against astral, or only effective against substance, or effective against both. The imp's attacks do not work on astrals. This is why the phantom is undamaged. No matter how many imps you have, they cannot hurt a phantom at all. Remember this. Now use the phantom wisely and destroy the enemy's rune. Oh, first I want more. I want more. That'll be plenty. Oh, yeah, these guys are cool. Here, move over so people can see you a little better, buddy. Oh, come on. They're like, there you go. They're awesome. They're spectral knights, basically. We'll wait till the next one's done. And... Alright. I don't know what this does. Patrol! Oh, patrol!
It's my honor. I swear by my soul.
I don't know where they exist. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. I don't know, can the guard things attack them? I don't know if they may not. They might just barely not be in range. Here, while they're doing that... Okay, they can be hurt, because those things do affect astral beings. Oh wow, that'll follow them, huh? Uh-oh. That's not good. Attack those. It's a good thing I made more of these guys. I don't want the ghost. Yes, I want this. Oh, I think I accidentally, selected all the ghosts and made them not want to gather anymore. Come on, gather. Oh, I think the gather thing I got got blown up, I think. Oh, interesting. Even though I saw them a moment ago, it doesn't stay on the map to let me continue to know where they are. Kill these, please. Hold on. No. Well, what I want you to do is attack this. Oh wow, they deal a lot of damage. I think this might be the last thing.
I thought the ghosts would be scary, but I think I can get along well with them.
As Sir Gamel mentioned, I see there is potential in you. Well done.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay! Deciphered a new page of the Grimoire. Fairy Ring level 3, Elf Heal, and Hades Gate level 3, Ghost Charge. Things are getting fancy. Gravekeeper.
Do not wander. There is a dangerous rune laid out in the room beyond that door. Read that special grimoire I gave you. It will help you contact various ghosts.
Yes, ma'am. I'll memorize every word of it.
Who's there? Come out.
I just dropped by to visit, Opalnaria. You have such great taste in decor.
What do you want? It's never good to have devils walking around in your room.
Does that mean tea is out of the question? With that rune formation, a typical imp would fall victim to your forces.
Get out! If it wasn't for Sir Gamel, I would have purged you a long time ago.
That is easier said than done, my dear. Though I could always break your heart.
This is some kind of joke, right?
Stay back, Lillet. Do not take me lightly. I can subdue any devil I choose.
Oh, I surrender to your dreadful necromancy. You have too many pale friends. No wonder you guard the soul container. Look, you even have my legs shaking. I shall leave now. Any rational devil would wisely make the same decision.
I don't care what you know about seals. You will never be able to break my runes.
Is that so? You almost sound convinced. The world doesn't concede to one's will. For example, your budding love life.
Ms. Opalnaria?
Return to your room at once. Understand?
I just realized why it says playtime an hour and I'm still under an hour on the recording. That's because I actually had to cancel it. I had a pop-up I've got to get rid of. So I think we're actually going to call this an episode for now. And I will see you all later for Day 5, Trouble. Bye for now, guys.